At the football game this weekend, which we won, it was a nail biter, Glenn Niemeyer, Grand Valley's first provost, was telling me about how he knew both of my parents, but knew my father particularly well from when my father was on the board. He said, "Your father was a man of few words, but when he spoke, you knew it was meaningful and important." So I'll try and follow in those footsteps this afternoon. When I talked to my father on Sunday, I asked him why the library and why Grand Valley. He said that he and my mom have always been supportive of Grand Valley since the beginning, and that they had wanted to support the new library for many years. Trust me, ever since I've been on the board at Grand Valley, my father would ask me, when are they going to build that library? It was a question on the minds of many of us in the GVSU community. After my mom died nearly 2 years ago, my father's questions about the library took on a different tone. "I wonder what it would take to name the library," he said. For those of you who know my family, you know that we don't put our names on things too often. This seemed to be a logical fit for both of them, but more importantly for the legacy of my mother. And so if you'll indulge me, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my mother. She was born Mary Bonnell Idema, the youngest of 5 children. Some of the children and grandchildren of her 2 sisters are here today. And B. Idema, the widow of my mom's oldest brother, Bill, is also here. Mom was born in Grand Rapids and grew up on Washington Street in the heart of downtown Grand Rapids. Her parents, Mary and Walter Idema, lived their whole life in Grand Rapids, with her dad as one of the founders of Steelcase. Mom graduated from South High School and lived most of her married life right here in Grand Rapids. She was a bit of a rebel, but we won't go into that. She was also a bit of a trailblazer. She was a wave during the war, provided link training to pilots. And after she and my father were married, Mom went to college on the GI Bill. My father was enrolled at Wesleyan, and in order for her to take classes as one of the first women undergraduate students at an all-male school, she had to get permission. I think it's only fitting that this library, named for her, is the first philanthropic naming of a building at Grand Valley for a woman. She was a member of the Junior League, the PTA, and active in many social and educational causes here in West Michigan. While she and my father raised 3 children, the oldest of which is a Grand Valley alum and former Grand Valley board member. Mom was passionate about education and as education is the key to unlock many doors. The last thing that my dad said to me on Sunday when I asked him about what he'd like me to say was, "It's not about us. It's about Grand Valley and supporting the great school that they've become." I agree, but it's also about my mom and the legacy that she leaves. Thank you.